In the shadow of nuclear war, peace is but a fragile dream. As tensions rise between NATO and Russia, the world holds its breath. With Donald Trump returning to the White House, the geopolitical landscape is shifting once again. What does this mean for global security? In today's video, we'll delve into the escalating threats, military strategies, and potential outcomes of this high-stakes standoff. Escalation of military actions. The escalation of military actions in Ukraine has reached alarming levels as both Russia and NATO ramp up their military capabilities. Recently, the US and UK have provided Ukraine with advanced weaponry, including long-range missiles like the ATACMS, swing-enabling strikes deep into Russian territory. In response, Russia has intensified its aerial assaults, launching hypersonic missiles into Ukrainian cities, such as Dnipro. This tit-for-tat escalation raises concerns about a broader conflict as NATO conducts live-fire exercises and increases its military presence in Eastern Europe. The ongoing conflict not only threatens regional stability, but also poses a risk of miscalculation that could lead to a direct confrontation between nuclear powers, making the stakes higher than ever. Putin's nuclear threats. Vladimir Putin's recent nuclear threats have significantly altered the security landscape in Europe and beyond. In a marked shift, he approved revisions to Russia's nuclear doctrine, allowing for potential nuclear responses to conventional attacks perceived as critical threats to national sovereignty. This change indicates that Russia may consider using nuclear weapons if attacked by a non-nuclear state supported by a nuclear power. Why? Such as the US analysts suggest that this rhetoric aims to deter Western support for Ukraine, while simultaneously signaling Moscow's readiness to escalate if provoked. The implications of such threats are profound, as they blur the lines of acceptable military engagement and increase the risk of catastrophic miscalculations in an already volatile environment. Trump's return to power. With Donald Trump's return to power, logically, the geopolitical dynamics surrounding NATO and Russia are poised for significant shifts. Trump has historically expressed skepticism about NATO's role and has suggested a more conciliatory approach towards Russia. His administration may prioritize negotiations over military confrontation, potentially offering Putin an opportunity to secure favorable terms regarding Ukraine. However, this shift could also embolden Russian aggression if perceived as weakness. As Trump prepares to take office again, both NATO allies and adversaries will closely monitor his policies, which could redefine US engagement in Europe and affect the ongoing conflict's trajectory. NATO's response strategies. NATO's response strategies have evolved rapidly in light of the escalating tensions with Russia. In recent months, the alliance has increased troop deployments along its eastern flank and conducted extensive military exercises to demonstrate readiness against a potential aggression. The decision to provide advanced weaponry to Ukraine reflects NATO's commitment to supporting its allies while deterring further Russian advances. Additionally, NATO is enhancing its rapid response capabilities, ensuring that member states can mobilize quickly in case of an attack. These strategies underscore a collective defense posture aimed at maintaining stability in Europe amid rising threats from Moscow. Impact on Ukraine. The impact on Ukraine from these escalating tensions is profound and multifaceted. As Western nations supply advanced weaponry, logarithmic long-range missiles, Swing Ukraine has gained new capabilities to strike back against Russian forces effectively. However, this also places Ukraine at greater risk of retaliation from Russia, which has threatened severe consequences for such actions. The ongoing conflict has led to significant humanitarian crises within Ukraine, with millions displaced and infrastructure severely damaged. Furthermore, the geopolitical stakes for Ukraine are high. Its ability to maintain sovereignty hinges on continued Western support amid fears of a prolonged war that could reshape regional borders and alliances for years to come. Potential for peace negotiations. The potential for peace negotiations between Russia and Ukraine has become a focal point amid escalating tensions. With Donald Trump's return to the White House, there is speculation about a shift in U.S. foreign policy that may prioritize dialogue over confrontation. Recent discussions indicate that both sides might be open to talks, especially as the conflict drags on with heavy casualties. However, significant barriers remain, including the territorial disputes and mutual distrust. The international community's role will be crucial in facilitating these negotiations, ensuring that any agreement respects Ukraine's sovereignty while addressing Russia's security concerns. Public sentiment and fear of nuclear conflict. Public sentiment regarding the conflict is increasingly shaped by fears of nuclear escalation. As Putin escalates his nuclear rhetoric, many citizens worldwide are expressing anxiety about the potential for a catastrophic war. Polls indicate that a significant portion of the population in NATO countries is concerned about the implications of a nuclear confrontation, swingingly given recent threats from Russian officials. This fear is compounded by media portrayals of the conflict, which often emphasize the risks associated with nuclear weapons. As public anxiety grows, it may influence policymakers to pursue more cautious diplomatic strategies to avoid provoking further escalation. Military aid dynamics. The dynamics of military aid in the context of the Ukraine conflict are rapidly evolving. Western nations have significantly increased their support for Ukraine, providing advanced weaponry such as ATACMS missiles and anti-aircraft systems. This influx of military assistance aims to bolster Ukraine's defenses against Russian aggression, while also sending a strong message to Moscow about NATO's commitment to collective security. However, this aid comes with complexities. Debates continue over how much support is necessary without provoking a direct confrontation with Russia. The balance between aiding Ukraine and avoiding escalation remains a critical focus for the Western governments. Future scenarios. As the situation unfolds, various future scenarios are emerging regarding the conflict's trajectory. One possibility is a prolonged stalemate, where both sides remain entrenched in their positions without significant territorial changes. Alternatively, diplomatic breakthroughs could lead to a ceasefire and negotiations aimed at establishing new security arrangements in Europe. However, there are also concerns about potential escalation if either side miscalculates its military actions or if external powers become more deeply involved. The coming months will be crucial in determining whether peace can be achieved or if tensions will escalate into broader regional instability. Thank you for joining us as we explored the escalating tensions between NATO and Russia in light of Trump's return to power. The stakes have never been higher, and the future remains uncertain. If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue the conversation on how we can navigate these challenging times together. Stay safe, and see you next time.